You know, it's fucked up when your homie goes to the people that betrayed you.
Yeah. They the ones that got what I need.
They don't though.
They do. They got the game I want.
Just buy it on the Nintendo store, bro.
Because I'm going to give it to the young boy for some on the Nintendo store.
I don't know, nigga, figure that shit out.
I am figuring out. I'm buying me the physical copy. I don't know why you got a hard problem with this. Ain't even your problem.
What y'all breathing for? You be having a hard time breathing. Figure. Ugh.
I never killed a nigga before.
I don't care.
I never said I told you.
I do.
The
fact that you can kill me with one punch is crazy.
Wow. All you junked out? That's crazy. You just junked out? Why you like that? Why is his head like that? Why his head falling off his shoulders?
Why he off the juice?
Facts.
You said facts?
What's that? Facts?
Alright,
the game either.
Talking to your mic, sir?
Talking to the mic. Fall into the gap.
So you ready?
We ready? Is we ready? We ready? Is we ready?
Can you relax? I don't know.
You're not doing it.
I'm not going to. No.
1, 2, 3.
Episode 137 of Cleaning Dishes. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope you guys see this when I upload the video on Wednesday. So
I got light.
that's why I wasn't doing it. We old, bro. You can't be doing that young shit.
That one young shit, that was dumb shit.
I tried to hold my breath a little bit. I couldn't do that shit for more than 30 seconds.
Like,
I was like, I'm lightheaded. I was like, nigga, where'd the light go?
Where'd the light go? Yeah. What up? You already know what it is. Mr. Fantastic bounce back like elastic. Don't melt because it's not plastic. Here with the one and only
Thomas.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, bet.
That's all I ever had. Like, really?
Not even, it's just Thomas?
No, just Thomas.
Lawrence July, a.k.a.
That's why I didn't believe you last time.
I wasn't the last time, but you, at least you was like, it's Thomas, a.k.a. and then you said the real thing. I was like, all right, bet, cool.
Nah.
You be like, Thomas.
I do like Lawrence July, though. I ain't going front.
That's it, then. You gonna be Lawrence July. That's all I got for you for number one. You can keep Tofu Tommy. I'll give you Tofu Tommy. You can have that. You still wanted that one, right?
No.
You don't want Tofu Tommy?
No, I do now. You're right. I want it now.
I don't want you to have it now. You were ungrateful the first time. I don't want you to have it now.
Since we brought it up, I feel like we should talk about it. So you already told your story, but I want you to tell it again. But I'm gonna tell mine first. Therefore, it's kind of like a reprieve.
Okay.
So behind the scenes, well, before we started actually recording, we accidentally started telling stories about the first time we was high.
That wasn't the first time though. Cat Crazy was not my first time. That was like my last time, but what was my first time?
All right, your last time. What was our craziest stories? When we was high.
Okay, yeah, that's my craziest for sure.
So I want to tell mine, but it's kind of crazy though. All right, so
just sit there and look at you like, okay. So
first person I ever smoked weed with was my uncle. My uncle, I don't want to say his name, but one of my family members. I thought I already said uncle twice. One of my family members, right? And this man's a weed head. Like, he smoked weed like a chimney.
He said, and this is for the weed.
Make sure you're speaking to the mic, bro.
Back it up and I got around.
Anyway, so what happened? All right, so the first couple times I smoked with him, I didn't feel it. Like, I wasn't hitting it right? And then he was like, hey, I know you be smoking weed. I said the whole story. So, right, 7 months, first time I smoked with him, right, he was like, yo, Thomas, I know you smoke weed. I was like, I don't though. He's like,
you ain't got.
No, I didn't. At the time, I didn't.
Okay.
He's like, I'm your uncle. You ain't got a lot of me. I ain't gonna tell no one. I was like, that's cool enough, but I haven't. So we went back and forth about this for like a good 10 minutes. And he was like, all right, since you ain't smoked weed before, here, let's smoke this one, whatever. And so we hit it right. And I was like, I wasn't high, but I was like a little there.
Yeah. You know what's funny? A lot of times when it's your first time, you don't know that you're high, but you're high.
No, I was really high. I was high the first time, So I took the hit, right? And I guess like by my demeanor, he knew. I was like, he's like, it's really your first time, huh? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh. He was like, I tried to tell you, you ain't believe me. So first, after like a couple of days, we just like smoking here and there, and I was like, I don't really feel it. I ain't hit it right. And then he was like, all right, here's one for you. Like, take this one home. Like, you can like smoke some by yourself, cause you already had one rolled up. So this time I was high.
Oh my God. So he gave you one by yourself?
Yes.
So the first one y'all shared?
Yeah, we like went back and forth. We shared
And
whatever.
then he gave you a whole one by yourself?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
So this time I was really high. I was like zooted and booted. I knew what that meant when I was smoking with him. When I was like by myself. Man, I was so gone, bro. And like, for those that don't know, like sometimes when you smoke weed, depending on what you smoke, like you get horny.
Oh.
I beat my meat to smithereens, bro. I swear. I was like, yo, this is different. This don't feel the same, man. I don't know if I remember this part correctly, but I remember this was crazy. So I had a roommate, right? And my roommate was gay. So what I did on accident was I beat my meat and I fell asleep. But I ain't put clean myself up or nothing.
Whoa, okay, keep going. This is crazy.
I think he came home and I was like exposed. I don't know if he saw anything or what, but I remember waking up, my hand was still, I was like, yo, like, what's going on? I was like, who did this? It was me. I was like, who did this?
You played your roommate? That's crazy.
No, I would not have did that.
Oh, shit.
I blame
What'd
myself.
you do? He's like, I came home and was like that.
I'm like, I never found the culprit, bro. I don't know who did this. That's the first time I was like high. That's like one of the craziest stories I had. I think I have other ones, but I can't remember them. That was the one I was like, yo, this is nuts. I definitely feel like I was like floating outside the stadium. That Winnie the Pooh meme where it's like sitting down and his body flips out, his soul flips out of his body. That's how I felt. I went to a whole nother realm.
Oh God, that's so funny. I'm pretty sure I told this story before, but I'll tell it again for the new listeners.
I want to hear it again. Now I just heard it like 5 minutes ago.
So one day it was me and two of my friends, old coworkers. This is like back in doesn't matter what it was. I was a lot younger.
The great 08?
The great 08. It actually might have been 08.
You said Young Dro?
Actually might have been 08. It was way back when. So it was high 07, 08. And you're right. It was. Yep, because of what the job I was working at the time. Yeah, it was back in 08. And it was me and my two friends. We were out. We were smoking. We were just smoking. I mean, getting the funkadelics, you know.
Ooh, go ahead.
And while we did our thing, whatever. And I just remember being like, yo, like, and this wasn't my first time either.
Okay.
But when I say I was high, so high. Like nosebleeds, bro. I was super high.
Using the nosebleed section?
And I knew I was because when I got in the car, first of all, we got in the car, whatever, because we were about to go. We want to go to the store. So there's in the Cottonmouth. You got to get something to drink.
Oh, man, that's the word.
So we went to the store. I got this red juice. I forget what it even was at the time, whatever. Got some red drink. Everybody's got something. And we got back in the car. And by this point, by the time I got in the car and tasted the drink, it had kicked in. Because as soon as I took a sip, the world turned into like Lisa Frank, bro. It was like, I was like, yo. And I'm sitting, and at this point, I'm in the front seat of the car. So my homie's like, oh, get in the front seat or whatever. So I think he knew what he was doing because he used to like race or whatever. So what he did was, I got in the front seat. I'm sitting there, you know, I'm strapped in or whatever. And he starts driving. I think he takes the freeway.
Okay.
So I'm not, and so he's on the freeway. He's going super fast, and I'm already in this funkadelic world. Like, so all the colors and things like that are going, and as I'm going, the lights are zipping past, zoom, 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 so fast to the point where I'm starting to get car sick. And so it's to the point, okay, let me close my eyes. But when I close my eyes, it feels like I'm literally like on I'm assuming like a rocket ship, bro. And it's just going, and I can't see where it's going. I can feel it moving. So I'm like, okay, I gotta open my eyes, but I can't open them. So I literally have to like squint my eyes super low to like decrease the amount of light coming in, but I can still see. So I'm sitting here, my eyes low, and I'm like, this my nigga's eyes be low then, okay. So I'm sitting here, eyes low, strapped into what feels like a rocket. We're going home. We gotta be doing 1,000 miles per hour. And I'm sitting here on this light speed race. We finally get to the house, to my apartment, and we're parked in the parking lot. We open the car door. They open my car door, and I can't feel my legs. I can't get out the car. So I'm sitting here in the car like, bro, I can't feel my legs. I cannot feel my legs. I can't walk. I can't walk. They laughing like, yo, bro, come on, we gotta get the car. I was like, bro, I can't get out. I was like, yo. So like, one of them ends up grabbing my arm, and we like, 1, 2, 3, pull out heavy D. So 1, 2, 3, they pull me out the car, right? All right, so now I'm standing up, whatever, and I got my arm around one, and I'm kind of like I'm able to walk a little, like I can walk, so I have to feel my legs hard. Yeah, so I'm walking or whatever. We go up the steps, whatever, and it feels like forever to climb these stairs, bro. So we're climbing the stairs. We're all talking about how we're so hungry, and I'm like, man, we got all these fucking juice and shit. We ain't get no food, and like we're all hungry. We get into the apartment. My roommate is on the couch.
Oh shit!
And he had like a little table. On the table was a bunch of his little snacks and stuff. And my two friends are trying to dog the snacks. I'm like, yo, these ain't mine. Like, yo, chill. So I'm trying to somehow be responsible. But I'm too high to really like.
Too high to riot.
Yeah, too high to really do like be right, dog. So I'm like, no. So like I get them out of like, yo, I don't got no food. I ain't buy groceries. Like here I am high with no food. I don't know what anyway.
You didn't plan that out well.
Not at all. So I end up kicking them out the house. I get out the house, whatever. I go to my room and I'm just gonna sleep this shit off. Mind you, so I had my red bottle or whatever. I think I chuck it somewhere in the bathroom or something, whatever. I'm like just too high to really care. I lay down on the bed, and as soon as I lay down on my bed and close my eyes, the rocket starts up again. And it's like, and this time it hits. I swear to you, the bed did like 2 loop-de-loops, like 1, 2, and the second one was bigger than the first one. So the first one I was like this was gonna feel like. I was like, okay. The second one was like, whoa. I literally felt my stomach do a complete flip, like. I was like, whoa. So now I'm trying to hold back, like I'm obviously about to throw up. I'm like, oh my god. So I try to cover my mouth. I'm like, I roll out of bed. I crawl to the bathroom. I can't stand up to get to the sink, so I go to the toilet. I throw up and I see nothing but red. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. That's blood. That's blood. That's blood. That's blood. That's blood. That's blood. I'm freaking out. And I'm literally telling me it's not blood, it's red juice. I'm like, it's blood, it's blood. So there's like 2 people in the bathroom with me. It's me and me. And logical me is telling high me, no, that is red juice. High me is like, no, it's blood. This goes on for what feels like a good 10 minutes. Maybe 10, 20 minutes. It might have been shorter than that, but it felt like a really long time of me going back and forth. And finally, I somehow got the bottle in my hand and showed to myself, like, look, it's juice. And I started like try to come to and stuff like that. So like after that, I flushed the toilet, whatever. I started to wash my face, bro. And then finally, I start to come down a little bit. But as I'm washing my face, it starts to feel really good. So I'm in the sink for like I must have been there for like an hour just washing my face, bro. I was just there washing my face. And then finally, I was like unhigh and I just fell asleep. But bro, that shit was nutty, bro. I was like, yo, that was terrible, man.
My fucking cheeks hurt from laughing at this shit twice. It was great.
That shit was bad, bro. I was litty. To this day, I don't know what was in that, but I was dunzo. I say, yo. And they was like, what? I was like, y'all don't feel like that? Y'all ain't on the rocket with me?
Hey, we didn't learn from Smokey, bro. You don't smoke with Mexicans, though.
Bro, basically, that was the lesson learned. That was lesson learned, I say. That was lesson learned. Man. I said, nah. Both times I got smoked out by Mexicans, I was like super high. I don't know what they smoking jalapeno spice or something. That shit was crazy.
Smokey tried waters, bro.
That shit was crazy.
He told us the story and the blueprint and everything.
I was like, bro, they smoked me out both times. When I was in New Mexico, smoked me out crazy. I was like, yo, that was a whole other story. We smoked for like a week straight, bro.
Ooh,
like all day, every day. Just
yeah, nah, I can probably do every other day.
That shit was crazy. That's why I was so surprised, because that happened, a week straight happened prior to this other thing happening. So I was surprised that I was able to get that high. I was like, woof, I was gone. So I was like, yeah, I'm good on this. After further review, I was like, yeah, nah.
That's fucking great. I needed that. That was great. I think people need that too.
Yeah, I went through it so he wouldn't do it after me.
Oh, he's probably still gonna do it. I feel like if you
I get high.
But yeah, first time. Ooh wee. All right, let's get into the show. All right, so we got movies for y'all per usual. We posted up on our Instagram, gave y'all a little heads up and warnings.
The gram.
I was like, what he gonna say? That's why I let the track breathe. Let the beat breathe, my bad. All that don't pick up. It probably does. So, should I say every movie that we're going to review, or just go?
Just go. You just like, blah, open water, blah, blah, blah.
So the first movie we watched, which was last Sunday, we watched Open Water 2 Adrift. So if you haven't seen the first one, you ain't missing much.
No, don't disrupt. You got, so apparently it's a trilogy. Apparently like 3 of these movies. From what my roommate.
Let me do the thing.
All right.
I think I slandered the movie, honestly.
You did, so I'll do it. Okay.
I'm gonna give the story to the backstory of why we watched this movie.
Okay.
All right. So I wrote, let me tell you, when I said I didn't want to watch this movie, I promise you. That's what I wrote. No, it's like, I had the
we
summary.
already watched the first one, though. Mind you, we already watched
We
the
watched
first
the first one, and I didn't want to see the second one.
So the second one was like, we should watch it. And so Dan was like, let's watch, because he knew it was going to be bad, too. So I was agreeing, like, let's watch it then. You did disagree. You was like, I don't want to watch it. Like, let's watch it.
It's different when it's like a horror movie. It's like, I'm saying no, but like, we're going to watch it anyway. It's different. Yeah. I knew this movie's going to be like, we're going to be upset watching this.
That's the whole point, though.
No.
That was the whole point of watching this, bruv. So you did go like, hey, you didn't want to watch the movie. Dan and I outvoted. It was 3 of us. 2 of us outvoted you, so you lost. You had to watch the movie.
That's y'all the worst. Y'all really are terrible people.
But we also watched the movie after that you do want to.
All right, that's
that
sure.
Shit wasn't good either.
Yeah.
So yeah. So at least we had a reason for watching this because it was a part of the. We already fought the first one. We had to watch the second. You know, so you're right. It's only fair.
Now y'all want to watch the third one, huh?
Is there a third one? I don't know. He kept saying there was.
There's a third one. It's on HBO. Y'all ain't shit.
There was. I thought it was like a trilogy of some sort, and I was like, all right, we gotta watch it now.
I'm mad that they got a trilogy, bro. I'm really mad. Like, how y'all get
people do white people shit, and this happens. This is
the first one I understand of like it wasn't their fault.
Okay, go see swimming with sharks and all that shit. They chose to be there, bro.
They actually did.
They chose to
they actually did.
Let's go swimming. You don't see no black people swimming with no damn sharks.
We getting ahead of ourselves. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
So, Open Water 2 Adrift is a movie about 6 people on a yacht. That's the best thing I can give y'all. Actually, I can give you a little bit more. And one young lady is petrified of water because of a childhood trauma, and everybody else is kind of like, oh, we out here just for fun. So things go to the wayside when one person wants to have too much fun.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason they're meeting up is they're having like a it's not a school reunion. Like these are all like high school friends or some sort of colleagues or if you will.
Right.
So let's link up after a couple of years or whatever. It's their version of reunion, and so they're all there. And as he said, one of the couple that's there, the wife, I forget her name. She has
His name is like Mary.
Mary. So Mary has a fear of water because of a childhood event that happened to her, as Thomas has said, some childhood trauma. And so she wasn't going to get in the water. And so everybody's like, okay, we're going to go swimming off the yacht. You know, naturally you can swim in when you're on a yacht. You take it out to the ocean, you jump off and swim in the waters. You know what I mean? Open waters, whatever. So the one of the dudes on there has been kind of a douchebag. And so he's always been kind of really like super douchey. Always like he's a bro. Like he knows me like, oh, what up, bro? And I always like trying to impress people with fancy, nice things. Just like want to be young and dumb, but I'm 40 and still young and dumb type thing. Like he was like that. Like
in his defense, he wasn't 40, he was 30. It was in 30s, I think.
Yeah, so he was like 40, but still young and dumb. So, no, but the idea was like he was still very, very young at heart, very, very like childlike in the mind at times with certain things.
Facts.
And so at one situation, what happens is, you know, when you're on the yacht or whatever, you let out the stairs or you throw it on the ladder or whatever, y'all get off and y'all go do the thing. The lady had put her baby down. She was on the deck. Everybody else is in the water already. It's just her and the douchebag dude on the boat. Okay. And they're like, oh, talking whatever. And as they're talking, whatever, I see her. She's getting kind of close to the rail. So I already see what's going to happen. Like I know how people get down, especially a certain type of people. I know how they get down. People like that. I know how they going to do. So I'm like, he going to pick her up and throw her in the water, right?
I was hoping, benefit of a doubt. I thought he would slip. I thought she was going to slip, and then him not thinking, just like off of an instinct, he was going to jump in and try to save her.
Right. So what ends up happening is, he was talking to her about her fear and whatever. And she was like, and he was telling her his friend had a fear or something. And he's like, how did he get over it? And as soon as she asked, I was like, he gonna say he just jumped in. And so he said, oh, he just jumped in or whatever. So he picks up the girl and he jumps into the water with her, right? Mind you, she has a fear of water, like a I say fear,
a paralyzing fear.
Like a paranoid. I forget what water phobia, whatever it is. She's got that shit, and she's got a fucking.
I don't think she drank water.
Like, all right.
What? I don't think she drank water.
Like, the whole time she was on the boat, she had a life jacket on. She was the only one with one. So, mind you, everybody's out there. Everybody's white people out there, right? Doing their thing, having their fun off the coast of wherever the fuck they were. Too far out where nobody can see them. No one knows they're there. That's what white people do. So, because we like to explore. Okay, anyway. So, they jump out. I'm saying no black people on this boat. So, they jump out, right? Mm-hmm. And he jumps off with her on the boat, right? Boom, boom. So then, like at some point, after she goes unconscious down there, like kind of blanks out for a second there.
Yeah.
She's freaking out, and everybody hears her screaming and stuff or whatever, or sees what happened. And they go over there, what's going on? Why'd she get in there? Whatever. While she's unconscious, and the douchebag dude like, oh no, we just jumped in. We both jumped in.
You know what's crazy about that? Is that she wasn't unconscious. It was like she was in so much shock that like, she just couldn't process the fact that like, I'm in water.
Yeah, she was out of mind. She was definitely out of mind. She was there. She was there. She could see, but she was just like not home.
She was high on no weed.
Yeah, basically. She's on that roller coaster I was on. She was next to me. I was like, oh shit. So then,
That's a true story.
I was like, oh shit, what you doing here? So then, she ends up. She ends up coming like finally be able to speak and gets back, recollects everything, and the dude's like, all right, let's take her back up to the boat or whatever. And when they go to put her back on the boat, they was like, oh shit, dude, where's the ladder? He's like, oh, it's on the other side or whatever. That's what the other dude says. So he goes to swim around or whatever, and there's no ladder there either. So all these grown adults went to go swimming off the yacht, and none of them, specifically the boat owner, did not put a ladder out. So there's no way to get back up on this yacht. And this yacht is so tall they can't climb onto the yacht.
Nope.
So they're just stuck, they're stranded in the fucking water. And so you could take it from there. They're all stranded in the water. There's a baby on board. Because they put the baby in for a nap. The lady who has a sphere of water has a child. And so she had the baby on board or whatever. And everybody else is outside in the water, just waiting for something to happen.
Waiting in the water.
You get literally good. I'm trying to ask you how. So yeah, so they end up just being out in the ocean. Long story short, like they make. What's that?
Probably a Penske truck. It's the Penske truck.
Oh, I'm like, y'all hear that beeping? I was like, I don't recognize that beep. I'm about to leave the house. Hold
you
on.
too?
Yeah, white people would have went over and looked. What is that?
You saw what I was like,
Let a bomb. Let me see. No, I just laugh. I like to tease white people for that because I'd be like, whenever you see these movies, you automatically know. When you see movies like this, you automatically gotta be like, oh, this is some white people shit right here.
Well, last time they exploited a guy slave, so they thought they can go 2 for 2.
Well, I mean, I will give them this though. If there's somebody to discover some wild animal type shit, there'd be some white people because white people's out. Like we see something, like, you seen us. We just heard a beep, beep, beep. They'll be recognized. We better fucking leave. We better
leave our house.
Like, it was like, I sure as hell would have left the house. Like, look, y'all can have this house.
Your own house is crazy, but it ain't wrong.
Nigga, if it's beeping out of recognized inside my house, it's no longer safe. I'm out.
I agree with that.
I was like,
Anything else you want to add to this amazing movie that y'all saw? We saw.
So what made the movie so funny was like.
Funny.
There's points where, first of all, it's based on a true story, so that makes you kind of laugh. Like y'all really went out there to the middle of nowhere. Like, because in my head, first of all, let's talk about yachts. In my head, when you're using a yacht, I was always under the impression you never take it out to the middle of the fucking ocean. Like you take it off the coast and you take it to where you can be seen and you chart where you're going to be at and people know you're supposed to be at certain places. So if you go missing, they know to come look for you, type shit.
I don't know anybody that have a yacht, so.
Well, when you talking to Yachty Poppy, you already know. No, I'm playing.
Yachty Poppy.
But
I'll give you that. That's pretty clean.
Yachty Poppy, but okay. But yeah, so like I didn't know that people actually took the yachts and went sailing. I thought it was like you always kind of stay close enough and or you at least chart it down where you were going so people knew.
I honestly like what they should. That's honestly what they should have did. It should have been like, we're gonna go super far and no one knows where we're at.
Right, because they were like in the middle of the ocean, and they weren't like by a cliff, so like a climate or something. Like usually, they stopped in the middle of the ocean and then they just jumped out. Decided let's jump out. You can swim in the free ocean, which I get. I understand that. Like you want to go swimming in the middle. I get the logic behind that.
I can't swim, so I don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. But I just was like, what? So and it was funny because I thought it was gonna be a shark movie. Because the first one was a shark movie. It turned into a shark movie.
I low-key am proud of how that it wasn't a shark movie.
That's what made it so interesting to me, was the fact that it wasn't. I was like, oh, I thought for sure. Because one of the girls kept panicking about there being sharks and sharks were going to get her.
Yeah.
They were going to come for us, and they never came. I was like, oh shit, because like, that's true, they're in the water, something's going to happen, blood going to come out somewhere, and they're going, no, but it never happened.
Ideally, the sharks would have came. Like, I don't know when. They did for me like, oh, where are we?
It's feeding time.
Hey, we got a phone call. There's blood around this water, and it definitely is like humanish. You want some? Like, yeah, them was a rarity. So,
like, I smell white meat. Like, oh man, that's what you just kind of get. So, dark meat is a treat for them. They don't always get dark meat. so you get white meat all the time. They be like, oh man.
No, I thought it was pretty. I don't think it was pretty dope. I'm not gonna hold you. I was gonna say I think the movie's pretty dope. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't dope. It wasn't dope at all. The way the movie ends, yeah.
The ending pissed me off even more, as a matter of fact.
I'm not gonna give away the ending. I'm not gonna talk because I don't understand it. I was like, okay. So I don't really know. I don't know how it ended, to be honest with you. I don't know.
I don't understand it. What?
Did they or did they not? I don't know. But I just know that like it was pretty like overall. I think just the incompetence.
Yeah,
and it was those little things that was happening that made me so mad watching this movie. Like, okay, like there's a part where, so as they fall, they're all in the water and they're trying to figure out how to get back on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, our friend, and Dan and I are all talking about how they could possibly get on the boat. So the first thing I said was make a rope out of your clothes. Remember that?
You did say that.
I said make a rope out of your clothes, and then the other option I said after that was try to climb it with the knife, like stab it into the boat, climb it up, stab it in the boat, climb it up, stab it in the boat, climb it up. Remember I said that? Try to stab it into the boat.
I don't recall that. I'm messing with you.
I
remember you saying something like that. Yes.
I was trying to step to make a ledge and jump up on there. So they finally make a rope. They get the rope to tighten up, right? They make a rope out of all the clothes. They throw it up there. They get it on there. Now it's like, I think it's 3 girls and 3 guys.
Yes.
And the girls are in decent shape. Are like everybody's in pretty good shape for this movie. Everybody's in shape. So ideally in this situation, the girls are lighter than the men.
Yes.
So if I'm climbing up a rope made of wet clothing, that's not the strongest fabric in the world, and I'm trying to climb it, would you send a guy up or would you send a girl up? The smallest girl.
I would send the lightest person.
Okay, so
and honestly, it would be a woman. It would have been a woman.
In that situation, it would have been the woman. It would have been like the women weren't in shape. They would they would have had it, and you had 2 dudes there to try to push her up. So as she was trying to climb up on the joint and had her feet on there, you could have kind of threw her up.
Yeah.
The dude grabs the ledge, right? It means to climb up to grab the ledge. And right next, but the ledge is kind of slippery, right? He's holding on to the rope.
But his hand was wet.
Right. But there was a pole less than 3 feet to the right.
He couldn't reach it. I'm guessing he couldn't reach it.
No, his hand was literally hitting the pole. Like, if he had went like this, he would have grabbed the pole and then been able to hold on to something and been like, yo, let me try to pull myself up at this point. Because the idea is trying to get high enough so you can let go of the damn rope.
Yes.
And so he doesn't do that. He tries to climb the rope, and he's trying to climb with like all his weight. He like free climb. He's not even trying to like put his feet on the boat and climb. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Like you're free, so it's way more weight being held on this rope. That's not going to support you for so long. You only get like 1 try with this.
I don't know which one would be heavier, playing your legs on a boat and climbing, or free climbing would be higher. Free
climbing would be harder and heavier for sure.
Yeah, heavier.
It's just dangling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd imagine you putting your feet on the boat will probably give it some kind of like ease up. At least,
yeah.
Because you can put your weight on the thing or try to jump yourself up a little bit, whatever it is. I don't know how the weight works in that situation. I just know that either or, you don't send the fucking biggest man they had on.
That is a fact.
And it was the biggest dude they had. So I guess the idea was that he could reach better. But I was like, you got 2, like throw the girl up.
Yeah, honestly, like, it was so many situations where like, why y'all doing it like this?
You could have threw the girl up. You could have freaking. There was like, and it was 3 of us. Like, y'all had 3 chances. So instead, they just whatever.
Same dudes kept climbing,
trying to climb it, and they finally ended up ripping it up. He got so close, ended up ripping. I was like, that was so dumb. That was made me so mad. I was like, why would you have done it this way?
I don't have sympathy for people that play too much. So as soon as like that situation happened where he like jumped in the water with old girl, I was like, nah.
Yep. And it was funny because you called it as soon as before he jumped in. He was like, "Where's the ladder at?"
Yep, I didn't see it.
I was like, "It's usually." I said, "It's usually like on the back or usually on the side or whatever." It's just like it's already there, like whatever. He's like, "Nah, you gotta press the whole button to bring it out." And it was so dumb. Like just to see how people got like to see what happened to these people and how it all happened. You go, "This some white people shit here." I couldn't think of nothing else. This some white people shit here. Ain't no way a black person got caught in this situation.
I was like, that yacht is made for smart people. Because like, the fact that like the yacht had a button for it was crazy enough. But again, like you said, the yacht wasn't made to be taken across like the Great Blue Sea or some shit like that. Like 30 leagues under the sea. It wasn't made for that.
I was like, man, I was so mad. I was like, bro. I was like, what would have happened if this was a black movie? I was thinking
they've been at home.
Yeah, that's a nice yacht. That yacht would have been parked maybe out. where you could say you was out in the ocean, but you could still see the shore. Mm-hmm. They would have had somebody would have known where they was. Mm-hmm. Most of them, black people don't swim. Girls don't get in the water anyway, so they're not gonna be swimming. Let's be for real. They not doing this shit.
Fred, we're not doing that.
How many times you go to a pool party and all the girls be in the pool?
A lot of times.
With black girls.
All the time.
Never. Okay, I go to the water. I go to 20 pool parties with black girls. Nobody usually get in the water, and if they do, it's usually some dudes. A few girls will get in, get their feet wet. No one's really in the water. So somebody would have been on the boat. Is what I'm saying. There would have been people on the boat.
There always should have been at least one person on the boat.
Somebody would have been on the boat. There would have been like extra joints down there. They ain't had no lifeboat. Well, it's too small for a lifeboat, but they ain't have no like no floaties on the sides. No, like this boat was very bad.
I don't know how that goes as far as yachts go, as far as like safety features and whatnot.
Bro, I was like, and even then, a lot of your newer boats now, I feel like it was an older style boat. I feel like a lot of your newer boats usually have a low back. Because this boat was really high. Like the sides were super high up.
But like I said, I don't think it was made for that. And I don't want to spoil the reason why, like, he had that boat. So
I'm not gonna say that, but I don't know. I just thought that was weird as shit. I was like, this was dumb.
Was dumb.
Like, for y'all to have that, because you sound crazy when imagine me telling you what was the cause of death. Oh, these niggas was outside the side of their boat. Like, why just get in their boat? They couldn't. So you was on the ocean with a boat and couldn't get into the boat, so you died.
Yeah,
that's the reason you died. Like, that's crazy, bro.
And maybe died too. Man.
We don't know. We have to assume it did. I mean, it was by itself on the jaw for a minute.
I want to fight off the strength of just the movie itself. I really want to fight when we got to the end of it, and I was like,
wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, bro, like,
yeah,
I didn't deserve this ending.
The ending did suck. The ending made me mad because okay, the thing came out. Whatever. I ain't gonna give it in. But if you want to waste your time and watch the movie, please do.
It's on HBO.
Yeah, it's on HBO. And I mean, it's a funny watch because you definitely. I'm sorry. I'm
Don't watch it by yourself. If you watch it by yourself, you're gonna really be upset. Watch it with someone else.
Watch with people. You gotta watch people who actually watch movies.
That are patient and understand the idea of
maybe not patient, because them talking shit is the best part. Like us going through us talking to smack, like what is white people doing? Like, why are y'all doing this, baby? Like,
and halfway through you have to make a bet. You have to make like a friendly wager of like how many people you think are going to survive towards the end.
Yeah, we did all that. That shit made the movie way more fun and shit.
It really did. And then at the end, I'm like, fuck.
That shit is hilarious. Yeah, it was overall. It was a fun movie to watch with friends and talk shit. Cause that shit was just so. There was so many things I was like, why would you do this? Like, why would you do that? Why would you do this? Why did you do that? Like,
it was a lot of whys. It was a lot of whys. Like, that don't make sense. Why would you? All right.
It's just a lot of dumb thing after dumb thing after dumb thing. It was so stupid. It was like, wow. And you think about the predicament, like, dude talks, I'm sorry. Like, nigga, I'm sorry. We in a boat, dead, die. Come on, bruh. That's crazy. Like, how'd you die? Well, I was next to the boat.
You couldn't get in. That's fair. It's
I drowned next to my boat. Sound crazy, bro.
It's the same as I locked my keys at my house. I lost my keys. Like, you went out for a minute and the door has like automatic locks, or the door just locks somehow on the inside.
Do they even build houses with automatic locks?
Nah. But you know what I'm saying? It's possible.
Okay. You being locked out because someone locked you out? That makes sense.
That don't make sense because whoever is inside can like unlock.
Right, but they locked you out. That's why you couldn't get in, because I locked you out. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
But like, your house don't got no. I don't think any house has automatic locks.
All right, peep game. It's like locking yourself out of your car.
Because you forgot your keys in the car. That makes makes you dumb too, though.
An older car, not like a newer car, because the newer cars like have features to like prevent that. But you know what I mean, though.
But if I got locked out of my car, I'd break the window and get in.
Why you break the window?
Because I can't get in my car. I'm gonna get in the car somehow. Like,
what if the window is impenetrable?
Then I'm gonna call the locksmith people and get them to come in.
They should call someone to come. Actually, they had that situation, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not. You can't spin this in the way that otherwise this is stupidity. This is chocolate to stupidity.
That movie was great. I don't mean that in a good way.
It was chocolate to stupidity. This was not like, oh. It was very preventable. It's
a boat for smart people, bro.
Like, it's a boat for people that know how to run over a boat.
Because the first one made sense because of the simple fact that, did we talk about that already? No.
The first one?
Yeah.
I think we did. I don't know if we did. I think we just it was so bad we just didn't.
I'm making it real quick. So the first one made sense in the sense that like they went out to sea to play like honestly just be with sharks and shit. They went out and somehow they went with a big ass group, and somebody had to tally marks how many people was there, how many people got in the water, how many people got out the water. Somehow in all that mess and confusion, the boat left these two people in the water. So that made sense.
Yeah, that them being left wasn't necessarily on them. Like, that wasn't on them. That was
right.
That was on somebody else. But again, that chalks up definitely the irresponsibility. It was like, okay, their tally system was retarded, like dumb as shit. Cause
it wasn't dumb. It's the fact of like, y'all didn't have like more than one. It's like, so like what they had was good. Is that like the one thing that,
because if it was good, you shouldn't have been able to. If it was a good system, you would have known somebody was missing. Whether you see what I'm saying? You would know.
That's what I was going to get to. I feel like because the person that was doing it wasn't the same person that did it the first time.
That's a bad system then.
No, it's not.
Bro, somebody got left. That's a bad system. You took
it's their fault. It wasn't their fault.
That's a bad system, bro. If I'm taking tally, first of all, the fact that you allowed to switch off between people, like, no, like, the same person that took the first tally should have did it. Second of all, why are we taking tallies? What? Who's tally number one? Who's tally number two?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so like the idea wasn't bad. It's effective, like how y'all execute. Like, y'all did tallies, but y'all should have had like another fail-safe for like. So
I did what you're saying. The idea of recording that people went down is a good idea. Yes.
Let me rephrase it. They didn't do tallies. They did head counts. So you say, all right, 1, 2, how many people on this boat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, cool. Everybody went in. People came out. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, cool. So that was a problem. So if you did a person that did the first head count should did the second head count. If you did the second head count, he would have counted again right before they left, or right after they got off the boat. Did another head count. They didn't do that.
So again, it's a bad system.
It's not a bad system.
That's a bad.
Because like if I say I do something right, I do something.
Just be checking off on this. It's a bad system. Bro.
You in the Rocketship again?
Yeah, I'm in the Rocketship.
All right, I did something right, and you don't tell me that you're doing it, so you don't know how I did it. You don't know methodology. You don't know anything of how I did it.
Okay, so I'm the only one who knows the system. Okay, go ahead.
No. Like I did the system right, and so we both know
you did the system. Okay,
I did the system first.
Okay,
and so like for whatever reason, I didn't come back to it yet.
Okay,
but you come to it and you're like, all right, cool. You look it over because you think you know what's going on, and you're like,
okay, so that's already the fact that I don't know what's going on. As soon as I looked at it, tells me it's a bad system. Keep going.
So it's his fault that he need to be fired.
Okay, then so it's still a bad system.
It's not a bad system.
Ideally, all you're saying is that the fact that they recorded some people was good.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that. But why did we not take names? Why did we not do a roll call? Charlie, you here? Okay, Charlie's here. Cece, you here? Okay, you here. You gonna count the marks of thing and not the people? That's stupid.
That's what he did.
He couldn't if he counted the people.
All right, look, this way it'll tell you exactly how it went.
Okay.
All right, so person A, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before they even got into the water, he did a head count.
So he looked at the head count. He marked off everybody on there and said, "This is how many people was on the boat."
So he's a bam, 12.
Okay, so he had 12 people marked off on the boat.
Right.
Okay.
So the person that did the count went into the water with everybody else. But remember, it was one guy that couldn't go into the water because he forgot his scuba gear or whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
Right. Remember that, right?
Okay, I remember that.
So when one person comes up, the dude that didn't get a chance to get in, he was like, hey, like, kind of like borrow your gear or whatever.
Right, and they go back in again. And
he goes back in. Right. No. He didn't count him. So he goes in now.
Okay.
So when they come back up, the dude is another guy that's taking a count now. And he's just counting people that's getting on. So when he finished his count, he ended up with 12.
So he never actually looked at the people and said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
He didn't do that. Exactly. So he didn't wait. No, he didn't wait until everybody was on the boat. And then when everybody was on the boat, he was like, all right, let's do his head count again. Because if he would did a head count, he'd been short 2. And then he would be like, how am I short 2 if I did a tally of everybody coming onto the boat and I got 12? You have to do another head count. And it's like, all right, now I had 10 again. What the fuck is going on? So,
but to me, so what I'm hearing you say is that them recording the people was a good idea.
Yes.
But the system was trash because niggas got left.
It's not a bad system. It's a simple idea of like, I'm counting these people, but I have to be careful when I count them. And honestly, they only counted them once. They should have counted them more than once.
Right. So that's all part of this. So to me, the idea of
you say that's all part of the system? Is that what you're like thinking?
My thing is yes. If part of my system is if I'm taking inventory.
Right. Okay. Let's go with that.
I'm doing inventory. Everything from when the item gets in, it gets checked in, all that stuff. That's all part of the system. Recounting is part of that. It's all part of the same thing.
Right.
So if there's a part of your system where your system is set up where 2 people can be left out in the ocean, your system is flawed.
It's not because like the idea is that like they're just counting people. It's not that hard.
If I'm counting people and I miscount people and don't know I miscount people, and the whole point of the system is to count people and it's not right, that's a flawed system.
No, the nigga's just stupid. The dude that did the final count was stupid. If I had to be but
he was using that system. Again,
what other system can you have besides counting people?
You could use names. You can use names and literally do a roll call. When you go on trips to a school, they don't just count the students. They count the students and do a roll call.
What school did you go to?
Every school.
No,
they always did a roll call. They would do a roll call, make sure you had a buddy system.
My school didn't care about me.
They did all kinds of shit.
My school didn't care about me,
So for you to be in a situation where like they go, okay, we're going to count people, and the way we're counting people is he took a tally the first one. I just look at the tally, not the actual people.
You know what? To keep it about with you, they did do that. They took everybody's IDs, as a matter of fact. They took people's IDs.
They took IDs and still didn't get all the people?
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't the system, it was them. They just did a terrible job. If I remember correctly, they put people's IDs.
And they didn't look at them.
They did, because he went all the way back to the shit. He went all the way back to the shore, and he was like, "Oh, time to pass their IDs."
He took a roll call at the thing.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that was stupid to do it then, like
because that's part of their system is to do it at the end of the thing.
Bro, you saying system that they have like an elaborate plan? They didn't have an elaborate plan. They just doing
that's
shit.
Even worse. So you had no plan at all. That's it. So they don't have a system in general.
That's what I'm saying. It was on them. That's what the fuck lied at.
So I'm like, all right, bro. So you taking tally of niggas that's going up and down the joint, and that's it. And you're taking a tally. You do a head count the first time, and then you just do a tally count and look at the tally and not look at the amount of people you have in your boat. Flawed. That's trash. That's trash off rip. That's trash. It's not like, oh, it's kind of no, because niggas immediately get left.
Obviously.
And I'm like, that's to me. If your idea, even at that point in time, if your way of counting it was to count the people and you miscount, that shows flawed. Regardless of what it is, that's considered flawed. When something is flawed to that degree where it can possibly cost lives, that's considered bad. Therefore, and that was the numerical system they decided to use to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That was bad. That wasn't a good way to do that because they left people based off the tallies that they had took it. They didn't talk communication. They didn't communicate to one another and say, hey, this is what we had going on. That to me says that that's a bad system.
Because I'm telling you, the only part that was fucked up was the dude that did the first count when he went in. He should have counted when he got out, but he didn't do the second count. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what the flaw was. The other dude did it, which ideally is smart. But like if I'm the one that's in the water and I'm supposed to be the last one out, I should do the tallies. I should do all the counts. Yeah, like you said, you could have did head count, you could have did second and third, but like because technically the head count is the same as doing the license part. If they would did all these checks and balances before they left the ocean, they would have been good, but it wasn't. The person was the one that fucked it up.
I think if they had and the reason they fucked it up is because they're doing what they usually do.
We went on this whole tangent and we didn't even say what happened in the movie.
Like, I just think that shit was flawed, bro. Like, that was...
I mean, obviously, because
they flawed. They died. Like, niggas died. Like, niggas died off of that. Like, that's flawed, bro. Like, that's crazy.
So the couple that got left out in the sea, they ended up getting eaten by sharks. And the only way that people knew how, like, what happened to them is because, so later on, at the end of the movie, a shark gets captured from out in the sea because like they eat sharks and shit. And he had a camera in his belly. And they were like, oh, let's see what's in this camera. And they went through the footage and they had all the evidence of what had happened, whatever.
That's crazy, bro.
Because as soon as I saw it, I was like, yo, he shouldn't be doing that count. And he just...
all he did was he got it. They went in, went under the water, blah, blah, blah. Now, in their defense, they did say don't swim certain ways, and he went really far. He went kind of far. He went, I guess, really far down, so they did say that too. But either or, the idea is that, like, yo, you start off with this man, and you had the ID, so hot, like, again, there should have been something in place like, to check something, like, come on, dog. Like,
it wasn't to a point of, like, he got to shore, everybody had already left. It was already been, like, 2 or 3 hours that, like, had passed since they lost the, guess.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, what's these bags here for? And he looks at them, opens them up. Then he realized he had 2 IDs. He had 2 extra IDs, and he booked it and was like calling for help and shit. I was like, nah, because I don't like these movies because like you get to a certain point where you're just like, oh, I gotta wait and see if you gonna live or die, because you're too far off to find shores to save yourself, and like you out here where it's like nothing but sharks and llamas and like other things.
You was out there for that purpose of doing all the shark shit and all that. I'm like, yep.
It's cool to bite you in the ass.
I don't know. I don't know, dog. I just see these movies sometimes. I was like, yo, like, I just want to point out once again, you don't see no black people on these movies. You don't see no black people on them boats.
So the instructors were black.
They was like Hispanic or some shit like that. They wasn't black dudes. And they wasn't the ones. They wasn't the ones like, oh, I want to be out here. They was like, that's our job to take you out here and do this,
so they weren't
and use this flawed systems to fucking get you in and out of these waters. That shit was so trash, bro. Like, you can't tell. That was so trash. Like, I wish I would look on a paper for you to confirm where I was. He's like, oh, you're tally number 2. I wish I would look like, how'd you count me down? Oh, you're a tally mark.
What's up?
Is that racist? What is that?
What if you can't write? What if you can't read or write? Read and or write. Read and or but write.
He can't black rights?
So
That's what you said, right?
I don't know, bro.
You said read and or black right. I was like, what?
But
Oh, I was like, oh, wow.
so as redemption, we watched another movie the same night called Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel. Those that don't know me, you know that's right up my alley. And I went down the wrong alley. So Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel is a decent time travel movie. What I didn't know was it was made and produced, I think, in BBC, right?
I think so. It's definitely a British thing, yeah.
What does BBC stand for besides the crazy shit?
Oh, British Broadcasting. I think it's British.
Broadcasting. Thank you. I couldn't figure out what the other B was.
Oh, okay. I think it's broadcast. Either British Broadcast or British Broadcasting. Well, I think it's British Broadcasting Channel or Broadcasting Channel.
Oh, it's British Black Cock. So I definitely was like kind of curious.
Black.
I was curious about what it was. So I was doing the docket. I couldn't figure what it stood for. But British Broadcasting. You said network?
Channel. I think it's called Channel.
All
Let me
right.
see.
Yeah. Let me know what you find. So
I'm trying to be careful about it. Company. British Broadcasting Company. A broadcasting company.
all right, fair enough. All right. Honestly, I don't know. So basically, these fellas they work at a job and they don't like it, and they end up going to this pub because one of the homies got fired. So they go to celebrate, I guess you could say. So he goes into the one of the homies go into the bathroom, and when he comes out, the whole like pub that he's in is different. So in the sense that like it's so different that like he looks and he sees himself on the floor dead. And he's like, yo, this ain't how I remember leaving the pub.
I don't remember waking up dead. What the fuck?
So he goes back into the bathroom again. He comes back out and he sees like everything back to normal or whatever. And he was like, yo, like I really just saw like all of us dead. I basically where the time travel movie starts off at. But it was cool, but it wasn't like that cool. But I did like the idea of it.
It didn't even start there. It started off with him telling the story. Remember, they walk into the bar, they go get the drinks. Whatever.
Oh yeah, because the time
the story.
Yeah,
about
you're
how
right.
He met this
you're
chick
right.
who said she was a time traveler, and he was like, "What? No." Like this is so he had the conversation, and he goes and he's telling his friends a story about this girl that he met, and they don't. The one friend, let's say his name is Timmy. They don't believe
O'Toole. Timmy O'Toole.
Yeah, they don't believe Timmy O'Toole. They don't believe him, and the main friend that doesn't believe him because he's not into the sci-fi scene at all. Because the one friend is a big time travel nerd. He's a big time travel nerd.
Yes.
And
So
he's the one telling
basically
the story. So you're like, all right, whatever. The other friend, their pleasantly plump friend, I forget his name. He's also a fan of that stuff too. But the other friend's like completely against sci-fi,
Okay.
doesn't like any of it. He's the one's like, oh, okay, yeah, well, time traveler, okay. So then he go to the bathroom. He's the one that ends up going to the bathroom and sees all this crazy shit and comes back. And is now telling him like, yo, I think I believe your story. I just saw some crazy shit. And they're both like, oh, you're pulling our leg. And he's like, come on, let's go. I'll show you what happened.
Right.
And they go back into the bath. He takes them into the bathroom. He shows them everything they did. And I think he walks back out. He shows them everything they did. They all go in unison and do the same thing. They walk out the bathroom and they're like, okay, it didn't fucking work. Everything's fine. It was like, I could have sworn. And they go to walk to their seats. And they see themselves sitting in the seats. And they're like, holy shit. So at this point, they're traveling through time, like going back and forth. And they're like, holy shit.
It's interesting because they can't control what direction they're going. If they're going in the future or in the past. So yeah, but it helps. I like the idea of time travel being like forward. Like no matter what happens, like wherever you do, it's always supposed to be on the path of like going forward. That's kind of what it confirms it. Because I thought about it just now. She says that like, oh, he writes his book or whatever about time travel, like Bible, or whatever. And because of those events, he writes the Bible now of like time travel and shit.
Right.
It's a good watch if you have nothing else better to do. I hate to say this, but I wouldn't suggest it.
You would?
I wouldn't. God no.
I wouldn't suggest that movie. It was cool to watch because we didn't have anything else. We just watched another shitty movie, so like, why not? You wanted to watch it, we watch this movie too.
Yeah, I was like, I need redemption.
So after
from
watching
this.
it, I was like, it was funny. I mean, it served this person to be. It wasn't supposed to be like a serious movie. It was supposed to be a goofy comedy. Like that's
Yes.
Like
yes.
once you see the actors, you're like, oh, I know these people. They're comedians. They always do this. They're I forget their names now, but they're like one was the dude from IT Crowd, the tall white dude from IT Crowd. I forget his name. He's actually he's really funny. He's good in a lot of the movies that I watch him. Like he's
not funny as you though.
Who is? Yeah, so you want big? You say big version?
You
Like bigging
know,
up your
I'm
brother.
saying this, but I don't know if he is. I think Chappelle might be slightly further than you.
Chappelle, who? I'm done. Please
There
relax.
it is.
Please relax. But no, so let me smack your neck.
Why me? You
Why
say
not?
yeah.
Why not?
No,
Tell me the reason why not.
because I'm innocent.
Oh,
No, I didn't know that they were comedians. So I watched. I kind of thought it was gonna be like a real.
no, I had to tell you, I was like, bro, these are comedian actors.
Yeah, I thought you was wrong. I was like, nah.
And what do I be wrong about who these people are? In the
You
movies?
know, I was in denial.
Like, bro, I was like, bro, I'm telling you, the comedian actors, like, this is not gonna be.
I thought it was in Egypt.
They probably have. I'm sure they have Egyptian comedians.
No, you didn't get it. I said I was in denial. I thought it was in Egypt.
You got that one. You got that. I know you're gonna hate. I ain't gonna hate. That was good. You got it.
No, but like the cover art for it is really misleading.
Yeah, the cover art was definitely cooler than what the movie was gonna be.
I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be good.
Nah, I was like, nigga, I'm
2 hours later, man, why I watch this shit?
That's the best. The best is when somebody's watching something and you watching them watch. You like, this movie about to be trash.
It wasn't trash. It just wasn't like what I was expecting. Because like if I came into it a little lighthearted, I'd be like, oh, this was cool. I was expecting to see something better than Time Trap. Real quick, so what would you give open water to Adrift?
2 sponges
I'm gonna give it 1
out of 5. And the reason I
Really?
say 2 because I still enjoyed watching it because I was with my friends.
That don't count.
That's a do count. That's part of your experience.
That's bullshit, bro.
All right, they don't get no sponges.
All right, cool.
It gonna get no sponges. It's a wash. Like, it's a wash. It gets all those. It's a wash, bro. Like, yeah, that's a wash.
I give it 1.
It was like real. It was like really dumb. It was like, what the fuck, like.
It could have got 2 if it gave me a better ending. It could have got 1.5 if it gave a better ending. The ending definitely was like,
Yeah, you can't make a movie like that and then try to make it an open-ended movie. Like, that was the dumbest
give
shit.
them too much sauce. Give them too much sauce.
Ain't no sauce. They ain't finna watch this movie.
I honestly, I was thinking that too. I was like, they ain't gonna watch this
They ain't
shit.
finna watch this movie. After the review done gave it, like, ain't finna watch this movie. That movie was boo-boo. I was like, all right, look. I usually don't be the one hating. That shit was boo-boo, dog.
What would you give frequently asked questions about time travel?
That was like a 3.
You know what? I'm with that. 3.
Because it was fun. It did serve its purpose. It was supposed to be a comedy movie. So I went in knowing it was a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It was, but at the same time, like you, I started to get into it more. So I did want a little bit more realistic type of situation. That to me was just like, it was too comedic.
Yeah.
To me, it was just too comedic. I was like, yeah, it's no.
It could have been really good. It could have been better than what it was. You put like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but I mean, it served its purpose. I mean, it was a goofy. It's a. Let me maybe work on something while I'm listening to something cool or whatever. Listening to something I might.
yeah, I've been too angry.
This movie was not like it wasn't great.
I'll say it's a 3. I'll probably give it 2 out of. I want to say 3. 3 be easier.
Okay, that's fair game. I definitely would agree with that.
So, still on the HBO too. We watch a lot of HBO shows.
They be having the best ones.
They
Though.
do.
I'm not gonna. They have better movies than Hulu.
Dang, he's out here saying it, huh? Hulu hit us up too.
They hit us up.
No, he didn't. I was want to see what you gonna say.
I wasn't gonna say shit. I'm gonna stand by my word. I'm like, y'all niggas suck before y'all suck now. I mean, it's cool.
Are you wilding? First off,
No, I mean, it's
they was like,
trash,
"Hey,
trash,
Fred,
like, it's
we wanna take care of you." You like, y'all trash. Like, well, wait a minute. You fuck up the bag.
hey, I'm like, yeah, I said it. Okay,
You say, I said it.
it's out there. I mean, what you want me to do? But oh my god, I'm sorry. I mean, there's shows I like, most of the anime stuff, but I don't really watch Hulu like that. I just watch the anime stuff. That's it.
Speaking of, we gotta watch Mandalorian too. I haven't watched that shit in a minute.
Yep, my coworkers have been on my head because I am so far behind on that show.
I think we on episode 2 or 3, huh?
Yeah, I think we're like 3. I think we discovered that we watched 3 because they were asking me all these questions about it, and I was like, no, because remember the episode they did today? It was like, Fred, that was the first episode. I was like, no, they did this in 3rd. It was like, that was the 2nd episode. I was like, no, but they did. I was like, that's the 3rd episode. I was like, okay, I gotta back it up. I was like, I'm so close to what I was. I was like, okay, you're really far behind. You was a geek card. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of noise about it too. I was like, huh? I was like,
It's a good show. It's a really good show.
it's good, but like.
The first season had a lot of hype behind it, I think, and so it propelled through to watch it. Like
I think that because the fact that like we knew nothing about it, like we knew like, oh yes, me Mandalorian, but it was better than wherever we thought it was going to be about, and now like we have expectations of it, and it's not hitting that yet. Well, where we're at
I think
episode
I just
3.
forget because Friday night has been like anime night lately.
Facts.
It's been anime night. Like Friday night, we usually cause there's a bunch of animes that's coming out. Or we got some heat to catch up on this.
Oh, I got a disclaimer too. I want to put out there too.
All right, go ahead. So we got a bunch of anime. So that's why we end up not watching it. But
Yeah,
we should watch it today.
Huh?
The fucking
Oh, that's
fandom.
crazy. The internet don't work. He don't lie to you. How you feel? You found out I unplugged the whole internet from my room. I'm like, this internet is bugging, bro. What's wrong with it?
Once I saw it wasn't working right here and there, and I did my thing, I would just go to your room and check.
I plugged it in right before you came in.
Nah, but it should be working. I just watch it. If I saw it was not working again, I'd go to your. I would eventually catch you.
No, you wouldn't.
When I started pinging it and getting a continuous ping on my laptop, and that shit cut out when I left your room, I'm gonna look at you dead in your face and be like, all right. I'm gonna look you dead in your face like, all right. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking dead in your face like, what are you doing?
Like, why I gotta be me?
At that time, one of the ladies at my job cut the phone cord and said, because she didn't want the phone in her room. So she cut the phone cord and was like, I don't know why it's not working. And you saw it was sliced. I'm looking at the phone, looking at her like,
That's not what happened.
on God, the thing was working perfectly fine. We was working fine. And also they said, Fred, the phones don't work right. And I looked and I could clearly see the cord was sliced. And never mind. It's supposed to be a whole rant behind that. I was like, I know this bitch did this.
All right, I'm gonna let you. We're gonna breathe for a minute. So, my new favorite comedian is Jerrod Carmichael. He had a show.
Your new favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
actually would be right up your alley too, because the kind of shit you like.
Yeah.
He'd be right up your alley.
At first, I was like, "Oh, he's cool." That's how I seen some interviews.
He right up your alley, bro.
Yeah, that shit that breakdown I saw on YouTube. I shared with you.
You did.
Right?
I never watched it.
Oh, I figured as much.
I didn't need it.
Because you got such a brilliant mind.
I didn't need it.
I was about to hype you up too.
You say a big breast only bigging up your brother.
You have such a brilliant mind. You don't need to worry about the small things.
Small things. Get out of my face. I just didn't get
what?
I was at work, so I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go back.
Well, I'll put the link up for the video I had watched on YouTube. But he has a stand-up special on HBO called 8.
He's had it up there for a while.
Yeah, it's old. I've seen it before. But
you seen it with a new eye because of the video.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So I saw it and I was like, yo, is it really like did he really do it like that? And I saw it and I was like, fuck, this is actually really good.
What was in the video? What things in the video, what was the things that made you be like, let me go watch this special again?
So it's honestly
Give us three.
It's super simple, but like ideally it's not. So he was basically making a difference between how like when comedians come on stage, when you first see a special, the comedian walks on stage and they're like getting this whole hype performance of like who they are and so on and so forth. And with 8, as soon as it starts off, he's already on stage. Like when he starts actually in the special, he's already on stage and he's just like, you can see like his face is like distraught, but he's thinking through the process, and he's like, are we gonna be okay?
Okay.
And I'm a sucker for like just like the small details of things, especially when it's like. So
you like the low key dramatics of things. Like
no, it's not that. It's not that. No, it's the thought out parts of many things.
This the same guy who will be like,
God.
tell me you're not the guy who will be like, you always tell me you don't always say this. You be talking to some girl and she be asking you a question. You lift your hair up slowly over your eye and reveal that you actually have a Sharingan and she falls for you. Tell me you're not the same guy who be saying that shit. Show the Sharingan look. Show the camera the Sharingan look. Let them know.
Well, first off, my hair is up, so I can't.
No,
and
go ahead,
off,
no, take the hair out. She be showing
second off,
I gotta put up with.
I don't do that. So
Whoa.
Can I please explain this special first?
Wow,
Let me explain this. Can I explain this? We don't got like a little bit of time.
We about to have no time to cut. I'm about to cut. We about to cut it. This is great. This dude.
All right. You're right.
And then like
it's the thought out things that people do sometimes. Sometimes like, cause it takes time, like actual thought process of like I want to like not speak for a certain amount of time. Like most people just like feel like they have to like fill out the void of the air. So when he was like, I'm purposely gonna be quiet for 10 seconds. And like just figure out how I want to approach this question and make it like a big deal.
Dramatic.
It's not dramatic, bro. It's a thought process. Even if like he was like,
and why is he doing it? For the effect.
No, because he wants to make sure he gets his point across.
For the effect.
All right, you're right. You got it. That's basically the video was like focused on an idea of like how he does how like the cuts and edits were done, how he waited until the crowd. He'll tell a joke and he'll wait till the crowd dies down. Like he wouldn't like rush a joke. He'll just wait. Like get your laughs out. I'm still here. We gonna wait.
That was, and it made it easier to hear him too.
Yeah,
it made it easier to hear everything.
And like you said before, like the fact of like he's wearing like Stop touching that bed, bro. He's wearing normal. Relax, we recording.
That's how niggas they get their piece up like, yo, chill, yo, I'm doing something. Like, you're not gonna talk shit and walk away. Like, no.
And the fact that like everybody else is wearing, like you said before, everybody else is wearing suits, but he's the only one in like regular clothes.
Yeah.
And so like just how he did it, like even to the point of like when it's a good like 2 minutes before you actually get an actual cut to a bigger scene of what Jerrod does.
Yep.
And most people they do like 5 or 6 cuts and fit in like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I just was like, damn, like the way that it was like done, directed, edited, the way he tells his jokes is like fucking like it's different in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was very different. It definitely built up I want to say intimacy a little bit. It kind of built up the intimacy of it.
Yeah.
Because when you're watching it, as Thomas was saying, you're at some point you're very close on his face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's talking to you, and he's like, and he's like he poses a question, he'll ask, and he kind of stops.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you feel that you're like, damn, like, it gives you enough time to sink in and ask for yourself, are we okay?
Yeah.
And then he starts to answer the question or starts to talk more about it with more questions.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, damn, he really makes you think. So I do like him for that reason. I was like, yeah, he definitely is one that can make you think, and definitely is good at creating the space for thinking and intimacy, because you definitely felt like it was just you and him in the room damn near at times. Like, oh yeah.
You are right though. Like ultimately about the whole he's right up my alley. Gerard will be. Yeah.
All the mental games and shit that go with that, dog. Like, you love that shit.
I was thinking about one of the jokes he said about he really wishes he cared about more things. Now I was like, I definitely do wish I cared about more shit.
But because you don't actually, because he's talking about trying, you'll try to care about something. As long as you try to care too much, I'm like, nigga, no, like, no.
No, I'm caring too much. You're my bad. You're right. I don't care no more.
Like, you put way too much care into this thing that ain't got nothing to do, sir. No, like, stop. You got your own shit to worry about. You don't gotta be over here. Go over there.
Super facts.
But you go over there. It's like, bucket. No.
It's really good. It's a really good special though. Like if y'all haven't seen it, please watch it. Like I don't want to. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a lot of like most stand-ups, most specials that you see, you'll like have something that you'll take away from it. As far as like Kevin Hart, not Kevin Hart, but Cat Williams, he had like a whole bunch of like standout jokes where you just went with like tink tink, like poor little tink tink.
That paper clips.
Yeah, so it's like you had points of like you remember like jokes and shit, and you took that with you, and like it became like a cultural phenomenon. Same thing with Kevin Hart. Like, he did the same thing many times with his jokes. Gerrod, I kind of get that. Like, I kind of feel like, and I'm not gonna big you up, I feel like it's definitely a conversation between like two friends, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like when we have our talks, whatever. Sometimes you just like, I'm just funny because what I said was funny versus like me actually planning it out and thinking about it and making it funny. Right. And I feel like definitely Gerrod definitely did that like a lot. Like it was definitely dope.
Yeah, Gerrod is a what's the word I'm looking for?
Intellectual comedian.
Yeah, with like a truth teller, He's always speaking on truth, like actual truths, not even just his, but like truths of the world, and questioning things or playing jokes sometimes on things or twisting things that shouldn't be funny. Yeah, like or he'll say something that the world would deem dark, but be true. Yep, be very true. It'd be dark, but be true. Like we had a conversation. I said something. You was like, oh, yeah. He was like, oh, and I was like, but that's real. And to him, it's like, but that's a reality. And they'd be like, oh. And they'll do it right when they're laughing, so they look crazy, trying not to laugh, but they want to laugh more. You be like, it look crazy now.
And he said that's what he goes for. He wants, like, he likes when people laugh, which is cool. That's part of your job. But who he looks for, he wants to listen to the crowd and see that one person where they're like kind of questioning, like, in a sense, questioning your reality or your sanity of like, why am I laughing at this? Like, why do I feel this way about it?
Like, should I be laughing at this?
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Is that okay to laugh at this?
Like when he says, you know what he say? You know what's worse than your dad having a second family is when you're that second family.
That shit was like, wow.
And like everybody laughed, and he just was like, his face still was like, no, I'm being serious.
Yep, because then kind of shortly after that, I think after that he did the special, right?
He had a special, and he has 2 HBO shows, I guess you can say.
Yep, that shit was crazy because on the drawing he actually talks about like how his daddy had a whole second family. Yep. And he was raising that family. He didn't raise them, but he raised that family or something like that. I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
I think that's when I was like bitten by like Jerrod style. Because I was like, oh, like, okay. Then he has a TV show too, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, they took a lot of truths. There's a
Yeah.
lot of truths in that show. I love shows that talk about the darker truths.
Yeah.
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 They show both sides, the light and the dark, but it's all just truths. And you're
Yeah.
like, wow, that's pretty dope.
Because it kind of like gives you that gray area of like, there's yes and there's no's, and it's kind of like in the middle of like, it's questionable, but it's not right or wrong.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, man. No, I like that shit a lot.
Yep. That was a really good show.
Yeah, it was.
My bad. Special.
I was like, okay, that was.
Yeah, I definitely watched that shit. Like, I was like, let me put this on, see if he was right. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I want to watch it with the eye that you got with the information that you received prior to watching it a second time. I want to watch that and see how it would change for me.
It definitely is worth it. I'm smacking my lips and shit dehydrated. So
I'm smacking my lips on dehydrated. That's hilarious.
We're going to the headliner, which is Industry, which is also on HBO.
Man, okay. When I say good show, that's a good show, bruv.
I want to say it's not, but I'm saying I'm saying it in a sense of me being a hater.
No,
I'm saying it since me being a hater.
I don't agree with that either. I'm gonna hate on your idea of being a hater. I'm gonna hate on that too.
That's fine, but
I'm gonna hate on all of it.
Yeah, like it is a good show. I'm not gonna hold you. Like
that shit was good, bruv. I was like,
this has more suspense than like an action thriller. I don't care what anyone says, because like some moments it just hits you. Like you're just in the middle of it with the character, and you're like, oh, like we about to sink or swim or just sink.
Yup.
So Industry,
big facts,
is a show based in the UK, surrounded in the world of the stock market. We as an audience follow 5 interns as they try to find a spot in the company Pierpoint as day traders. As a thing, but the thing about the world of day trading is it can get chaotic.
Facts.
Yeah, so I don't know where we're going to start. Let's start from episode 1.
All right, let's start there.
I ain't do a whole episode breakdown, so we go from 1.
You don't do episode breakdowns. Just talk about. I would say because this show is one of those things I don't want to give anything away. Mm-hmm. Because this is to me. This is if I would give it 5 sponges and say it's a must watch. Because this show was crazy.
5, really?
That show was crazy. Like they had a little bit of everything in the show. It's a younger crowd though. I will say that's a bit of a younger crowd because of things that's going on. But you're also in a foreign place. Yeah. Because you're talking about being over in England, in London and all that stuff. I say London, but primarily in London. Right?
Yeah, London, UK, London.
Yeah.
They British.
Yeah, so it was London, England. Like yeah, so it was
Did you hear about the Englishman in New York?
What about it? Go ahead, let's go for it. Go for it.
That's all I got. It's a song. That's all I got.
Stop the momentum for that. Oh, that's a Jerrod Carmichael moment.
Nah, I could have made it worse if I wanted to.
Okay,
As silence was though.
Make it worse.
I don't have anything, which is crazy.
Is it crazy though? that's the Jerrod Carmichael, or is it crazy?
Oh, fuck out my face!
Like really? Is that really crazy?
Industry. So episode 1. Yes. So episode 1 is a good starting place because it's like
it's episode 1.
I know, right? Let me finish my bit, bro.
Stop talking.
Just go into it. Just go into it.
Stop. You are doing so. I would start with episode 1, nigga. It's a chronological show. What are you talking about?
Well, there are some shows you can watch in the opposite order because they may be in mixed up order. How about that?
No.
Why not?
No.
All right, whatever.
They give it to you this way for a reason, sir.
Not all the time. I'm gonna make me a show. I'm gonna make it a 5-episode show, and I'm gonna have that shit all fucked up just for you. Just so you can watch it and be like...
You're not going to get the 5 episodes if it's all fucked up. You'll get
how?
one, and I'm going to get picked up. I'm like, hey.
No, it's going to be the first one. The person's going to die. You don't be like, yo, like, how he just died like that?
It's still your episode 1, and you tell the backstory. It's still your episode 1.
No, I'm not going to make it like that. I'm going to make it so it purposely has to be done in different order. And the order has to be a different zip code. Ooh, blew my mind. But back to Industry.
Don't talk to us.
No, I have to.
Podcast, come over this way. Podcast, come over this way. I'm literally gesturing you guys to come over to this side. You'll see it when you get up on the YouTube. But those of you...
they going to see it? All right.
See it down. Oh, you guys come over here. We're safe from this side. Don't make eye contact.
All right, let me do the Industry thing. All right, look. That was a good intro there, huh? But no, episode 1. So episode 1 starts off with an interview of all
Would you want to start there, though?
Not really. I want to go for episode 4.
Start there.
No, but I ain't write anything on it. And episode 1's the one I remember the most. But I prefer to go with episode 1 since that was a good place to start. Let me go ahead and do the episode 1, bro.
Go ahead, King.
I said it's like 12 times already.
Go ahead, King.
I thought you want to call me King.
Yeah. Every once in a while.
So episode 4 starts off... Episode 1, my bad. Episode 1 starts off So it opens up with they're interviewing the interns, trying to figure out like how they want to what team they want to put them on and how they want to approach the team. How they want them to join their team, whatever. So as they're interviewing them, basically like you're let into the stop laughing, bro. I'm trying to do this. All I hear is you snickering.
I'm trying to it's just so funny because you really be going. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck?
So it starts off with them doing the interview, and basically it's like orientation. So we're along the ride of them in orientation, and you kind of like basically see Pierpoint in its purest form as far as like the day-to-day schedule, the culture of the company, and like basically what the objective is in their company. So you remember the character's name? Look that up for me because I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Gus. It was
Gus from Recess?
No, it was Gus. Hardy.
Who was Gus?
It was Gus was the black dude.
Okay.
Hardy was the Indian dude. I'm trying to remember names. I had the thing here. I'm trying to remember the names though. There was I don't remember the white boy's name.
All right,
Robert,
so
Yasmin, and Harper. Harper was the girl, the black girl.
That should be 6. But anywho, so Gus and Hari, they're like they're in an upstairs room together. So Hari came up with this like he has like a do or die attitude, emphasis on die part attitude about how the stock market lifestyle is, and like he runs with that. So basically he's trying to like stay up 24 hours. He's taking Red Bull, he's popping pills. He's like trying to make sure that he gets his internship, and he wants to lock the position of him being full time, which is cool, I guess. And Gus is kind of like, he's not laid back, but he's real sure of himself, and he's smart, really smart. So the show starts off when it gets to a point where Hari has been up for like almost like 3 to 4 days, and he hasn't left the office in like 3 days.
Like, wasn't he like at one point like sleeping in the bathroom floor?
Yeah, he'll sleep in the bathroom floor in like 3-hour increments. So he'll go sleep for 3 hours, wake up, do some work, then he'll get tired and go sleep again, and then like wake up 3 hours later. So he's doing that, and like this is like the third day he does it. Manager comes up to him, and he's like, "Hey, like you've been red flagged because you haven't been outside the office in like 72 hours. I need you to leave. Like I need you to get up and leave right now before I get in trouble, and I'm not trying to have that." And he's like, "Oh, I got this thing I want to finish." She's like, "No, leave right now. I'm not trying to have you be a liability." And so he's like, "Oh, okay." He gets up and he goes out. Where he goes, we don't know. Anyone's guess. But he leaves and he doesn't go to sleep. He's kind of like still up doing his thing because it's like in the middle of the day. So he has this project he has to do. He knocks it out. He finishes it. But one of the pages is not in the correct font, nor is it in the correct font size. So he's having a meltdown of like, hey, like this is supposed to be like the right size. This is the wrong size. Like, can you fix this one page? And whoever's doing the printing is like, no, we can't just do one page. You gotta repay for everything now. And like he's freaking out. He goes in the bathroom. He's like crying. He calls his parents. He calls the publishing company again, and it's nothing can be done. And as he's sitting down in the toilet, just like having a phone conversation, he hangs up. He sits down, just like kind of like going through it. Then all of a sudden, his eyes roll back in the back of his head, and he fades back. So from there, we didn't know what happened, but after like a good like 5 minutes, realized that he's dead.
Yep.
This is the first 5 minutes. It's like the first like 20 minutes of the show. So from there, it perpetuates forward. We don't want to give away anything, but that's how the show. that episode sets the tempo of how it goes from that point forward. And
let me switch up the tempo. No, I'm playing.
You make them die faster. So. So it's a really good show. We don't want to give anything away.
I would definitely recommend I would definitely recommend watching it.
If you're homophobic, don't watch it because gay people there. And if you are homophobic, then I don't know why you listen to this. But anyway, yeah.
It's a great show. It does have a little bit of something for everybody, I feel like. And the things that they talk about in the show, the things that they go through on the show, it was just pretty dope. Like it was dope. And mind you, they're in. Once you understand they're in London somewhere, they're in the UK somewhere, and so as you're going through and watching it, you start because sometimes you're questioning things like why are they able to do this? Why are they able to do it? Like, that's crunching and picking up everything.
That's why I threw it that way.
It's still picking up the noises. You were to
go put it down there. Hey, stop filming stuff. You're making noise over there. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm done.
No,
This has been
come
episode
on.
137 of Cleaning
See?
Dishes.
You're such a prima donna.
I want to thank you for listening
You
and
be a prima
tuning
donna,
in.
Fred.
Get out my face.
I'm not even in your face.
Why are you talking to me?
Because that's what.
Don't talk to me. Don't
that's
talk
what
to
we
me.
doing.
Talk to the guest. Don't talk to me. Talk to the guest.
All right, my bad. So, guys, that's episode 137. No, close it out if you want to. Go ahead.
No, but yo, it's a good show. Definitely check it out. I gave it 5 sponges. I loved it. I was like, oh man,
You really?
I loved that show. I thought it was good.
I give it 5.
What would you give it? What would you give it and why? I loved it. I liked everything about it. I thought.
I find if I give it a 4, I'd be hating. You know what?
You give it what you want to give it.
I'm going to give it a 4.5 because I don't have anxiety, but I feel like my I guess for lack of better words, anxiety was definitely picked up, especially in that one scene where Harper was definitely pushing her limits. I was like losing it, but I'm losing it in a good way because it's like, yo, like you shouldn't, as a person, you shouldn't be going through that. But I related to that in a sense.
So you found something to relatable in the show, and because you found something relatable, you don't like the show. You like the show less.
No, yeah, but it's because my blood pressure was high.
So you lowered the show. So because the show was that relatable and likable, you gave it a lesser number.
Something could be too good.
Is that what I'm asking? I'm asking for clarification.
I guess I gave it 4.5, but honestly, I could push it to a 5. But like I said,
no, but is that the only reason? Was because
no,
you found something relatable?
It's just a 5. You talked me up. You talked me up. Don't try to catch an attitude of being smartass with me. I saw your face. I saw your face. No, fuck out of here. I saw your face.
I asked you a question about your opinion. You said
You gave me a face of like this dumb dickhead.
No, I didn't. You said I didn't. I gave the show a lesser point. I didn't give it a 5. I gave it a 4. And the reason I gave it a
4.5
is because I had saw some things that were relatable to me in the show that really made me think and feel.
Yes,
it really made me think and feel. I could relate so well to this character that it made me think and feel, and I didn't like the fact that I could think and feel when I watched the show.
Don't talk to me, bro.
So I gave it a lesser number. I'm just making sure that's what it is.
When you say like that, it sounds nuts. Of like,
I'm repeating what you said.
That's exactly what I said earlier. You try to be
repeating what you said. What do you mean?
Cause I didn't say all that.
What did you say then?
I said I'll give it 4.5 because that part gave me anxiety. That's it.
Oh, the part gave you anxiety, and then you said, and what you say after that? I'm just getting my point. You said it gave you anxiety because
it's a 5, bro. It's a 5. It's a 5. It's a 5.
So why is it a 5, not a 4?
Because it's that good of a show. Anything less than a 5 is unacceptable conditions.
Then why'd you give it a 4 the first time?
It's delusional, bro.
Why were you delusional? Because of the anxiety.
I would say because I'm black, but that works too.
Wow. Okay.
That's what you want to hear, right?
No. No. I thought that's
why'd you hesitate to say no?
Huh?
He's like, no.
Because I was so shocked that you even asked me that.
Sometimes you ask the hard questions. Don't pay me no mind. Pay me no mind, y'all.
I just wanted to make sure I understood why you were giving it the rating you were giving it. That's all, bro.
No, it was, honestly, like you said, it's a dope show. Honestly, I had no flaws in it.
You entitled to your own opinion. Don't let my questions make you feel crazy because you had questions.
That's what you were born for on this earth, Fred. Is just for that. That's the only thing that you like. It's something that you do very, very well. But that you're really exceptional at is making people feel stupid for their honesty and their truth.
How?
Don't be looking.
How did I make somebody feel stupid about the honesty and truth?
Oh, don't be shocked. Don't do this.
I don't understand how I made you feel stupid. I literally repeated back what you said to me, and I'm the dumb one.
That's making people feel dumb 1-on-1. Repeat the question. I repeat it in the questionable form of what you just said to make you see. To make you see how you look in your own mirror. That's what you try to do to me. And I knew you were doing it. And I caught you in the middle of it. But you, my sir, find a way to persuade yourself like a snake back to asking the question.
So I'm asking for understanding of something you said.
You understood what I was saying.
Maybe
you ain't slick.
I'm not the only one listening. Maybe the guests don't understand. So I was trying to seek understanding from you. So I repeated back what I thought I heard you say.
I think you slick. It's cool.
Is that not what you said? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If that's not what you said, then I'm wrong. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I was wrong.
I want to know how I know you playing around now because you said you admit you being wrong. You never want to do that.
When I'm wrong, I admit it. What if
this is episode 137 of Clean Dishes.
What if I not been wrong and admitted it? Name a time where I was wrong and I said you right.
Just last week.
What happened last week?
Saturday, like 1 p.m.
What happened at 1 p.m. on Saturday?
I said you was wrong about some shit and you was like, no. Nah,
what was that some shit?
I don't want to put out there in the airways, bro.
No, you could always cut this out.
I don't want to.
Oh, so
my editing process is easy, bro. I just be uploading shit.
I mean, how am I going to better myself if I don't know what I need to be better at? You're not telling me.
Bury yourself, bro.
You're not even telling me.
This is the most ignorant conversation ever.
You're not telling me.
Close this out, bro.
I mean, I want to be able to relate so that I can better understand the show and then not like it.
You know what's bad when you know someone's lying, but the whole world doesn't? I ain't say it was you. I just saying, like, in general.
I didn't say it was me either.
But you made a face like you was about to defend yourself.
I was about to ask you more questions.
Can
about
you
it.
please close out this episode?
The fact that you saw my face and automatically felt guilty about something is crazy.
I got it. Episode 137.
Episode 137 of Cleaning Dishes. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with Thomas and I. You know, it's always been fun. It's been real.
Oh, my God.
Now, we do thank you guys for tuning in. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your 30th time, welcome back. Episode 137. Please follow, like, subscribe on the YouTube. Just go to Cleaning Dishes Podcast on YouTube and you'll see us. You can follow us on Instagram. That's where we are heavily on Instagram. So definitely follow us there. The podcast is at Cleaning Dishes. You can follow me at Mr. Fantastic on both Instagram and Twitter. Where can they find you, Thomas?
T Us We Know Jr. on Instagram and Twitter as well.
All right, that's great. So there's 3 places you can find us. Don't make us find you. All right, but thank you guys for tuning in. As always, clean your hands, wear your masks, and clean your plate. Peace.